If you are feeling stressed out or overwhelmed, especially if it has to do with your God-given assignment, I want you to stick around and let me encourage you for a few minutes. I want you to pray this prayer with me. God, show me what you can do with my bare minimum. Because yes, while we are called to put our faith into action, we are not called to depend on our own action. That is not what we should be dependent on for the results, because the only one who can bring the results is God. And I think that a lot of times we think that we have to strive and do and work harder, but God never asked us to do that, because he said, my power is made perfect in your weakness. My burden is easy and my yoke is light. And a lot of times we'll get caught in the trap of thinking that, oh, if God did something with very little effort on my part, then what could we do together if I put in more effort, if I keep going, if I keep pushing? That will lead to more results, right? It's not how it works in the kingdom. Let me give you an analogy, because what else is new? My daughter's at the stage right now where she wants to carry her Barbies around everywhere we go, all 11 of them. She's also at the stage where she likes to do things herself. So we'll be trying to get in the car and she's got an armful of Barbies and we are moving at a snail's pace because she's trying to do it all herself. Whereas if she would give me that burden and she would just take one thing, that would be bare minimum effort for her, but it would also make us go a whole lot faster. Because when we try to take on what we're not capable of doing ourselves, it slows us down. Why do we think that we're more capable than God? Because in the end, that's really what it is. We're thinking that our effort is going to make it better than God's effort. It's kind of silly when you stop and think about it. Another story that comes to mind is the disciples after they'd been fishing all night. They had exhausted all of their efforts. And Jesus comes up to them and says, hey, try again. Just go cast your net on the other side this time. And they did it. They were obedient. But I'd like to think that they were probably putting forth the minimal amount of effort. I can just see them dragging themselves onto that boat, half-heartedly making their way out to sea, and just kind of flinging their net. Minimal effort. But then what happened? God put forth his effort, and the nets were breaking because they were so full. When we stop trying to carry everything ourselves and we allow God to come in and do his part, and we remember that our part is this much and his part is this much, then we can accomplish so much more with him. There are a lot of things about a relationship with God like this that we think we understand how it works, but then when we look at it from his perspective, it completely shifts. Sometimes all we need are those little perspective shifts in order to have a deeper bond with him, because we understand him better when we look at him as a father. So if you've been struggling in your relationship with God and you want to get to know him better, but you're struggling up here to understand the way he works and the way that he does things, I have a resource for you. This is my book, 7 Days to a Life of Limitless. It's everything I learned over a 3-year period of deepening my relationship with God. Now, all the information in this book is on my page in all of the videos that I've done over the past 2 years. But if you just want to skip ahead and you don't want to watch all those videos and you want to have all the information in one place, this is a good resource. I have copies of it available on TikTok Shop, on my website, or on Amazon. Just remember that God is a loving Father. He doesn't want you stressed out and he doesn't want you overwhelmed. His burden is easy and his yoke is light.